Hi, I'm Mrs. Johnston, and for those of you that haven't been taught by me, I'm Head of Product Design, and you find me in the workshop upstairs in Design and Technology, or you tend to find me in the CAD/CAM suite. I have a background in architectural engineering, as I was a structural engineer for 10 years before I was a teacher. And I think this aspect really helps to teach product design, as I have strong links with industry. Product design is also known for really high results because we are a really passionate team who always make sure our students achieve their best. The subject is called GCSE Design and Technology, and we specialise upstairs in product design, which means we cover a lot of projects linked to working with timber or plastics, and we use the CAD/CAM suite. So if you enjoy those skills, those areas, then this is the GCSE for you. The course is covered with a project which is worth 50% of the GCSE, which is a portfolio of 20 A3 pages plus a final prototype that you make. Tends to be something you've chosen to do yourself, so the theme will be something that you personally choose and that you're interested in. And then there's also an exam. It's a 2-hour paper and it covers the technical knowledge, the sorts of things that you were tested on at Key Stage 3, like mechanisms, sustainability, that sort of thing. If you're somebody who has a passion for designing and really enjoys solving problems, then this is the course for you. We use a range of materials and processes, get to explore the latest technologies, link to real-world problems, and get to be really creative. The key thing really is being organised. It really helps on this course if you keep organised with your project, because you're going to have a project that you personally have ownership for and you work through. I've already mentioned that this subject really has strong links with industry when we're looking at my background, but it really does fit in well if you're considering any career in engineering or any career in design and architecture, because it helps to sort of get your portfolio sorted for university. Students also go on to do art-based courses and art foundation courses, 3D design, and we've had students that go on to do business-related things, because you do learn a lot about how manufacturing and business work, and there is a bit of crossover there. But basically this subject is linked to a lot of skills shortage out there, so there's lots of employment opportunities. The project we do really does emulate or copy what is done out there in the real world in industry. It follows the same sort of design process. We should also cover a range of employability skills that link to many careers, and it cross-curricular links with science, maths, history, art, geography, global economy, computer science, and many other subjects. It really does accompany a lot of things. I'm a strong believer in letting students see the purpose of what they're studying and link it to the real world. And in normal circumstances, non-COVID, I really do try and get in a trip at least once a year for my exam classes. So in the past, we've gone to London to the V&A Museum or the Design Museum. We've gone to Carrymore Environmental Trust to look at sustainability and sustainable housing and look at the impacts of landfill and not recycling and what that does. So that we can be responsible designers. I've walked down the road and taken students to Bureau Happold and other links with industries. Also, because of my careers role and my STEM role, I have strong links with industry to help my students in my classes get work experience with architecture and so on. One of the other key things we do is the Arkwright Scholarship here, and we've been very successful. So students that are particularly interested in going on to engineering, I then help to go through the Arkwright Scholarship, which means that they get £600 at sixth form to help with their studies, and they also get industry help like personal mentors and things like that. I've tried to preempt quite a few of the questions that you might be having. One of the most common ones is whether this works well with art or textiles. I studied it with art at GCSE and A-level, and I've had quite a few students that have done it, and it does work well with art, but you have to remember that you've got to be organised with your coursework, because you'll have 2 pieces of coursework going on at the same time from different subjects, and it's really important that you sort of plan your time. But then you would have less real exams at the end of the 2 years. With textiles, we've had a couple of students that do it, because textiles is an art-based course as well. It can be done. It depends how committed you are to working on both of those subjects and keeping them balanced. Our results, some people ask about our results. I can honestly say we're always, every year, one of the top achieving subjects in the school, and that's in a high performing school. And that's because we have a really passionate team that makes sure that each of our students achieve their absolute best. So typically students achieve their target grade or above, and sometimes up to 3 grades above their target if they're particularly passionate about this subject. People are often worried about the NEA. The exam board sets 3 themes and the students get to pick one of those themes, and they tend to be so broad that really they can end up designing anything and making anything they want within reason, obviously constraints of time and cost. So it gives students freedom to tackle a problem that they're particularly interested in, or maybe something linked to their future. You then have to work through a portfolio. The themes from the exam board are released in June of year 10. We start the project then, and we end up finishing it in March of year 11, ready to give time to focus on the actual revision for the exam. Please don't hesitate to contact me via email if you have any further questions. I also have put the link to my Year 12 presentation, as video of the workshop, so it tours the equipment we use. I thought you might be interested to remind yourself of all the exciting practical things we've got going on in this workshop, and you also get to see a bit of A-level work, so it gives you an idea of where this course leads to after GCSEs, and see some of the exciting projects we get to work on. Thank you very much for listening.